Isn't that so? There is a hadith from our Prophet. He says, the world is the paradise of the unbeliever and the hell, the prison of the Muslim. So there was this priest, Abdul Qadir Gailani, may Allah sanctify his secret, was riding his horse, dressed elegant. The Sultan was also well off financially. His disciples were leading his horse. He looks at himself, he's in a miserable state, his robe has several patches on it. He grabs the reins of the horse, he says, "Oh Sheikh, your Prophet said such a thing. Now look at me and look at you," he said. "How is this my paradise? And with all your splendor, how are you in a prison?" He extends his left hand. He says, "Look through the lapel of my robe." The priest sees his place in hell and exclaims, "Oh my God, I really am in paradise here." He says, "Now look from here." He sees the station of Abdul Qadir Gilani in paradise and realizes, oh, here he truly is in a prison. There, he kisses his hand and becomes a Muslim. Hallelujah. Look at Allah, how interesting today is. Look at how everything is with that Sultan. May we sacrifice our lives for your sake. He says the fruits of heaven. Look, he's a human being, isn't he? For example, my habit is not to eat anything that I don't know. For example, if there's a dish or dessert I don't know and they say, my Sultan tasted, I won't reach out my hand. Look at the grace of Allah. So there are no bananas or figs from this world. For example, how beautiful is that? He says in paradise, what kinds of things has He created? From the same types of fruits people are used to in this world. People, what is this? I've never seen this before. He says, so that people don't feel hesitant, for example. Let's say it's in the form of a banana, but it's not like any banana they've ever imagined. There's a taste there they've never even dreamed of. Look. Or fig, what else is there to consider? We eat figs like cucumbers, for example. Right? Many people don't know that either. This reminds me of something. Let me tell you, recently I was buying cucumbers at the village market. A local farmer was selling cucumbers. He said, "Sir, why are you buying so many?" For example, I buy 20 or 25 kilos of cucumbers. I finish them in a week. Then of course he says, "Sir, you must have a huge appetite. There are about 15 or 20 people around me. I mean, I'm not eating them all by myself. How could I eat 20 kilos of cucumbers?" Cucumbers contain insulin. They're a remedy for diabetics. There's a cucumber cure, a weight loss cure. So many benefits. I said, "This contains insulin." I said, "I'm diabetic." "Oh, really?" He says, "I'm diabetic too." I said, "See, if you were aware, you wouldn't be selling it, you'd be eating it." Unfortunately, we just don't know.